Listeners, welcome to Homo Sapiens. How are we all doing? I have got someone very special to me with me today.
Hello.
And Jodie, hi Jodie, how are you?
So good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Jodie is international superstar DJ, brilliant musical artist who creates all the fucking bangers that you dance to every weekend, everybody. But it's particularly special to me because, well, two reasons. One, Jodie set up the club night room service, which is where I met my husband. So if it wasn't for Jodie, I wouldn't have met William.
Love that.
And two, we've had lovely chats on this podcast over the years.
Yeah.
And I have really loved, we're talking about nostalgia today. And actually, we've known each other, of each other. You know, I think we were more ships passing in the night way, way, way back when. For a long, long time. And I have really enjoyed seeing you grow into this absolute powerhouse and complete superstar that you are today. So it's lovely to have you here for this episode.
Such a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not at all. What we wanted this episode to be about was nostalgia. And then, because we're on the pulse like that, listeners, the 2016 thing started happening where...
We started that. This podcast started that.
This podcast started that. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, we'll claim that. And for anyone who doesn't know, so everyone's been sharing photos of themselves in 2016, memories from 2016. And what's been making me laugh about it is it's allegedly a long time ago. And I look at things and I'm like, oh, I literally thought that happened last week. Like Lemonade came out 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
Like,
time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just?
Yeah.
Let's start, because you shared your pictures the other day.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about you in 2016.
2016. Okay, so room service, the club night, I was doing that. I was focusing definitely more on throwing club events rather than DJing. I was sort of on the cusp of my DJing career properly taking off, as that being my primary mode of expression, let's say. I also had a club night called Dollar Baby, which I think I definitely started in 2016, which was at Bethnal Green Working Men's Club. Lady Gaga came to the opening night with me. We rocked up together. Yeah. When I was looking through my phone the other day through the pictures when I saw everyone sharing their 2016 stuff, and I thought, I have to get involved. And I saw that Gaga thing, and I thought that was like 6 years ago. Like, what? I mean, exactly as you're saying, like, time really does fly. So I guess I was hanging out with Lady Gaga in Bethnal Green, and it was 2016 was a vibe. I looked like I was having a lot of fun, I think, by the looks
you
of
really
things.
did from your pictures. It's like so Jodie shared this carousel of images, and it's like you with Charlie XCX, you with Gaga at the opening night of your thing. How did you meet Gaga in the first place?
So I met Gaga I'm friends with her manager, Bobby, who's amazing, and shout out Bobby, and also Mark Ronson introduced us. When did Mark introduce? It might have been on email, and then Mark said, "Come down, I'm gonna DJ. I've just made a tune for Gaga. Come and hang out with us at the Moth Club in East London."
Yes.
And then I was chatting to Bobby, Gaga's manager, and I was like, why don't we then go on to let's let Mark go home to bed, and me and Gaga we'll go to it's the opening night of my new party, Dollar Baby, so why don't we go on to that? We went in Gaga's Bentley. So random.
Wow.
And so that's what we did. And when I don't really like introducing people on stage or giving awards and things. It's sort of like I don't know whether it's an ick, but it makes me feel really kind of, I don't know. I like DJ. I love doing stuff like this. I like talking online. I like doing Q&As and stuff. But there's something about standing on stage to announce someone or to give someone an award or something that just kind of makes me freeze up. Don't know.
Really?
And when I got to this thing, and Gaga was gonna perform her song, and about a minute before she was due on, she grabbed me and she went, "Can you go and introduce me on stage?" And I was like, what? Like, to a room of like 200 people. It was very small. It was like an intimate secret thing. And I was like, no, I think I said no, and I think she had to convince me to go and do it. I think I just went on stage and went, "Hi, everyone, it's Lady Gaga."
Wow.
It was literally, it was like that. And then she came on and performed, and I was just like, "Oh, that was horrible." I don't know what it is, but anyway, so I was introducing Gaga on stage in 2016, I guess. How funny.
And
where's she
are you
these
still
days?
in touch?
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Yeah, she never really made it.
Are you like WhatsApp pals? Do you send each other ideas and stuff?
Not
and
regularly,
or...
no. Not like,
yeah.
I wouldn't like drop her a message now. But we've hung out, multiple times. We were not besties. I'm not like gonna bullshit.
Yeah, but the thing that people, I feel like she's one of those artists who her roots are so kind of authentic. I hate the word actually, but you know what I mean? Like she's properly from like a really punky New York
for
scene,
sure,
right? And was a piano player, and I think people think of her as like a pop star, and because it's been so massive, people slightly think of her as almost manufactured. And she's not.
I wonder whether there's sexism embroiled in that as well. You know, I think she's probably our generation's Elton John, right? And I don't think people say that about Elton.
No,
I think there's a hint of sexism in that.
But also that pop girly thing always feels, because of sexism, feels puppeteered, doesn't it? And so, whereas with Elton, it felt like he was just deemed an artist.
But he's had really big poppy moments as well.
Oh, 100%. But as in, I mean, I think because he's a man, you don't think you don't think there's someone else behind it.
Yeah.
She's
so talented and remembers everyone, remembers people's names, remembers all sorts of like things about people, and very personable.
Those swerves. I remember hearing through the grapevine when she was going to do that album with Tony Bennett, and I was like, oh, it really changed my opinion of her. Like, oh, she's that. You know?
Yeah.
And how long she performed those first songs before she became anything.
Was it a long time?
Oh my God. Yeah. Such a long time. But also, actually, this is the thing. Sorry, changing subject, but running away with the thought, because all these people you're sharing your photos of from 2016, Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
So many clips flying around the internet at the moment about how long it's taken Charlie XCX to become the overnight megastar.
It takes a decade to become an overnight success.
Yeah.
And people just don't see the work behind it. Yeah, more, for sure. Some people explode really quickly, of course. But you have to work at it a really, really long time, I think. It's a lot of work.
How did you know Charlie? Because
so Charlie messaged me on MySpace when she was about 15 years old. I'm a few years older than her. She dropped me a message on MySpace. I had a club night called Circus at the time. And she said, "Can I come down? I've been writing these songs. Can I come down and perform at your club? I'm a fan." And I was like, "Oh, sure." She was just like, I would get these messages every week on MySpace from all sorts of different people. And there was this boy called Nick Grimshaw who would like message me and say like, "Oh, I really want to start DJing. I live up north. I'm coming down. I'm doing work experience at MTV or Radio 1 or something. And I just like, can I come and DJ?" And so I sort of like get these messages from people like wanting to, because at that stage I was blowing up on the club scene and throwing parties, and they were sort of like these little epicenters of cool queer London, whatever. So I'd get all these people, and often someone would come down and perform. You'd think, "Oh my God, they were so rubbish." They'd be bottled off stage, and I was throwing the bottles, you know. But Charlie was just, her parents dropped her off. We took her in through the kitchen at the back because she was 15 years old, and I think her mum and dad, did they come in the club, or they might have waited outside? But she just came down with a CD of her tunes, and she just got on stage and sung a few songs, and then sort of didn't really. It took a few years after that before people were like, "Oh, there's this new pop girl called Charlie XCX." You know, funny name, isn't it? Kind of, you know, and You know, so and then it was really nice. She kind of launched the Brat era at Feel It, which is my party now. So it was almost like such a full circle. Yeah, she did a secret show just before the first songs from Brat came out at Feel It. It was the first time she went down and played the songs from that album. So it's a nice little full circle moment. She's another one that's really cool. She's cool. She's a real one.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And do you, as you know, anyone listening, it's becoming clear that you are the people's Bianca Jagger, basically.
Love that. Oh my god, I love that. I'll take it. Yeah, but I don't like fuck famous people.
No, it's just, well, what you were doing that. You were doing interesting things, and interesting people get drawn together. But people were saying online, you know, like a bit of nostalgia or hankering after the nightlife of 2016.
Yeah.
How do you feel it's changed?
Massively, really. I mean, 2016, we did have iPhones in our pockets. We did have social media. So that everything being online was creeping in then. The difference between 2016 and 2006, when I first started going out in London, that difference is a complete change of landscape. But yeah, I guess there was there more to do then, more places to go? I don't know.
I feel like there's been not many places to go for at least 10 years.
Yeah, at least 10. I agree. Yeah. I think it was probably around that time was the start of there not being as much going on.
And Feel It is moving. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. We start 30th of Jan, so yeah, it's around the corner.
Oh, so where is it moving to?
XOYO.
Oh, cool, because that's reopened.
It's been bought by this guy called Kirk, who's so cool, and he just wants to have the venue completely flourish. I mean, the venue capacity is 800,000 people, and we don't have many of that sized venue left in London. So the fact that someone wants to buy it, give it some love, and keep it going is amazing, because you either have to go really big in London, like drum sheds kind of size, or you're the local bar, right? Which and both those things are amazing too. But in terms of that sort of mid capacity London club situation, there aren't many places like it, so it's cool.
That's exciting. Yeah. And he's posting
it's gone really viral.
Yeah, I saw
saying this.
He's posting about doing it up, basically, because it was empty. Is that right?
Wasn't like no one was going. He's like,
was it no one?
I think it's not been it's not been a hot spot for a long time.
How funny. God, yes. Okay, well, that's interesting. So that's a much smaller venue for you.
I've never done a party as in a regular club night at a place that's like the hottest venue in town.
Right. Could you make them the hottest venue?
Get a better deal.
There we go.
Sweep in with a much better deal.
Okay, so here we go then, Jodie. This is my little theory about London that I want you to help me with. It's really tricky, isn't it? Because basically the history of cities and nightlife, the artists go where it's run down, it's cheap rent, people start parties there, people come, then it gets gentrified, and then that's not good. We've kind of done that with every urban space of London, as in like vaguely central. Yeah. Where's it going to go next in London, or is it just going to end up being Margate?
I think it already is Margate, isn't it?
But if you're a Londoner, you can't go to Margate. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you do? It's so hard.
It's a really good question.
Not that you have to be a Londoner, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, everything gets gentrified, doesn't it, really? I don't really have an answer for it. Everything just gets gentrified. I think it's down to people that are behind the scenes and putting these things on to keep the ideas flowing and try and keep it as cheap as possible. I mean, people complain about the amount it costs to get into clubs and the amount the drinks cost, but promoters tend not to get money from the drinks, or that if they do, it's only a tiny cut of the bar. And clubs are so expensive to run. I can only really talk from my point of view because I don't know how much other people get paid in places, but I pay all of to Feel It, for example, we pay everyone really fairly, really well. We look after a lot of people with lots of regular employment, and our team's really, really big. You've got the DJs, you've got welfare people, you've got cloakroom people, you've got door hosts, you've got promoters, hosts inside, dancers. And so costs are massive. It costs a lot of money, and you have to hire these venues, and it costs a lot of money to put it on. So when people are like, it should be a $5 to get in, that party won't exist after 2 weeks if it's a $5. I have to pay for culture. Do you know what really gets my goat? People asking for free guest list all the time.
That was me.
It was fine. I know you, but There's quite a lot of
me.
sort of people. A lot of people just like expect to be able to get in through. I think you've got to. Sometimes you've got to pay for culture. Sometimes.
Yeah, no, you're
I
right.
think.
You're
I'm a great believer in
absolutely right.
supporting independent queer businesses.
I promise I'll pay next time.
No, you're fine.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
sure there's a guest list I can find for you.
Okay, so let's move on to the listeners and what everyone's been writing in about 2016. Okay, first thing we asked you listeners is what would you bring back from 2016? Craig says hope.
Hope.
TA something says Obama. He ran on the campaign Hope, but also he left office in 2016.
Obama and hope are kind of the same thing, aren't they, really?
Okay, so here it kind of relates to the social media thing. Like, do you feel different in terms of your outlook today than you did in 2016? Do you think we're living in depressing times, or do you think we're being...
Well, we obviously are, because of everything that's going on in the world compared to what was happening in 2016.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's amazing how... I mean, pre-Trump Brexit, like how kind of dull life was, and we didn't take it for granted. I mean, it's always been hard. You know, there's always people who are having a really hard time. And what were you like personally in 2016? Where were you at? I know that you, for example, like I was thinking about you and sobriety actually, but you got sober quite a long time before.
I got sober in 6 years. I was 6 years sober.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, sober a really long time.
And how were you in your personal life in that moment of 2016? How have you grown between now and then as well?
Well, I'd hope a lot, but I don't know in what way. How have I grown? Hair's a bit smaller. How have I grown?
That's just because they've changed. Ryanair's changed hand luggage allowance.
Yeah, right. I think I don't think I've changed that much.
Really?
Not really.
When we last talked on this pod, you said this really lovely thing that stayed with me. That you were talking about how I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're kind of like, I think I was a bit of a brat when I first started doing parties, long before 2016.
Yeah.
But you know, and you had a reputation for a bit of like a kind of
cunt.
It wasn't cunt, but it was like, you know, a big personality, I would say.
Yeah.
But you had this kind of, and there's that saying which is like, if you're not embarrassed about a previous version of yourself, you haven't changed. And I just thought it was really wicked that you were able to say I had behaved badly, because I have totally done the same.
Yeah.
I've behaved really badly, and I was really obnoxious when I started going out when I was 19, because
it's youth, isn't it? It's the arrogance of youth as well.
And also, like, I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, I've definitely done a lot of work on myself over the years. But I think the difference between me and between 2006 and 2016, and then 2016 and 26, there's a lot more difference to it in the earlier incarnation.
And because 2016, things were starting to take off with DJing. Am I right? Is that what you were saying a second ago?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And what's it like being an artist now in 2026?
Well, the music industry is a very different place, definitely. I think it's probably hard to be any kind of artist in this day and age, not just a musical artist. I think it's hard to. We're all on social media, and so it's easier to get art out there in theory, and in practice, it's crowded market, you know, which is just is what it is. There's a lot less money out there. We were talking about, you know, how door prices are expensive in clubs and stuff because they have to be. And so I think culture can be a bit of a luxury item now, which I think is a bit of a shame because it costs money. I went to the theatre the other night and it cost me a fortune.
It's insane.
Although I think they try to, I don't know too much about theatre, but I think they do lots of cheap tickets and stuff, don't they? And they try to keep it as accessible as they possibly can. And even with club nights as well, we feel it. We do a cheaper early entry. Like, we really try to keep accessibility on the tops of our minds. Yeah, culture is a more luxury item than it used to be.
Just returning to what the listeners have said, referendum on EU membership to erase undo Brexit. Yes.
Well, I think that's probably quite a universal. I think we all probably share that opinion, don't we?
What can stay in 2016? Ron says my ex.
Someone says my twink era.
Okay, nice. Did you ever have a twink era, Jodie?
So I'm still one now.
Great, good, of course. Why would I think anything other than that?
Yeah.
The emotions, someone says. The
Is
cheetah,
that just sort of
someone else
the emotions? Just sort of the band? Is that a band?
No, is that a band? Great name for a band. No,
The
I think
Emotions,
it's
kind of like the
they're
Temptations.
obviously-
Just general
Yeah, yeah.
emotions in general.
I think so.
This was pre-Prozac or something for them, maybe.
Have you ever had an era of your life that has been high on?
Have you ever had an
Are you in one
emotion?
now?
I thought you were going to say. No, I've never had an emotion.
No.
Have I
it's
ever
hard
had
to
an
tell.
era? What?
Have you ever had an emotional era?
No.
No. Are you being
No.
serious?
No. What was the question?
As in, like, have you had a high drama era? Where are you at
Oh.
now? Is it a calm era? Is it a high
Oh,
drama era?
I'm pretty calm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
seem
I'm
very calm.
I'm a calm person for sure. Yeah. I have just got back from holiday, so and that's why I'm sort of like I'm a bit like zen. This is like my first.
Where
day
did you
back.
go?
I went
Oh,
somewhere
thank
lovely
you
and
for joining us.
somewhere very lovely and sat on a beach.
Lovely.
It was very nice.
Did-
Swam with
again-
sharks.
Oh, what kind of sharks?
Black tip sharks. Got surrounded by about 15 black tip sharks at one point on a snorkel, which is
Don't.
very cool. Yeah, I mean we're not on their food chain, so they're not gonna bite you to eat you. Like we're literally not on their food chain. But in the place that I went, the sharks can get quite inquisitive, and they can also potentially get quite boisterous, in which case you can't splash about too much, the snorkeling guy said, because we got on a boat and went quite far out to see where there was this amazing reef, and further out I think the sharks they group together a lot more out there. Yeah, but it was cool.
And that's when you got surrounded.
Yeah, it's about 15 sharks. They were kind of like circling around a bit. It was very cool. It was cool. Yeah, but it's not like a great white shark. You know, they're not going to literally just bite you just to see what you taste like.
You see, so I once went snorkeling where there were sharks, and I love snorkeling. Like, I love looking at fish. I think it's amazing. But I couldn't turn off that bit of my brain that was like, it's a shark, I'm going to die.
And you know what that is? Jaws.
Yeah.
That's the movie. Sharks got a bad rep.
It's annoying because it's ruined it. Because, like, I wish someone had told me we're not in their food chain, because that would have helped. But, like, if one was like moving, I'd be like, is it circling me? Is it going for me? Like, I just couldn't enjoy it. And it was really sad, because obviously when you're going somewhere like that, it's taken a while to get there. And it felt like a bit of a waste, because I actually genuinely didn't think I'd be scared. Yeah. But I was fucking
still a shark. Yeah. And you see it and it's a shark. Like, it's a shark.
Yeah, because they all I know there are different types, obviously, but like, they all kind of look like a shark.
Years ago, in South Africa, I did a cage dive with great white, and they were like chucking all this chum into the sea, like fish guts and stuff, and then going, get in the cage, we'd get in the cage. The cage sort of had no back to it. It had a bit of an open, it was very odd setup, and I did think that shark could chomp if it wanted to, but I'm still here to save the time. And I've got like a DVD of it somewhere in a drawer as well.
DVD,
like from some of the, yeah, I know. I have to dig that out.
Have you seen that video of on Instagram or wherever, of the shark that breaks through the cage?
No, but it was probably in South Africa. Was it? It's probably this place. It's probably the same boat.
Know.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have seen stuff like this. Yeah. And I've seen like lions attacking on safari and all that kind of stuff. Just reminds you that you're in their territory, not the other way around.
Totally.
And it's like, in their world.
We should not be there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're evil or horrible or anything, but like, it does. I sort of look until something breaks me, and then I wish I hadn't. You know what I mean? I'll be like, I'm gonna look.
Do you know what else I think is under the sea? Aliens.
Go on.
I think really soon we're going to get some kind of like disclosure type thing. I see it happening soon. Yeah.
Well, you know, there's that whole theory that octopus is alien.
Major love.
Because apparently they have bits of DNA that we don't know what it is.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because you know, Munro Bergdorf's really into octopuses.
Yeah, I do know this actually. I just spoke to her an hour ago.
All right. So, well, let's call her up.
Shall I?
But
So tell me, octopi.
Monroe. But yeah, so there is a theory that octopuses are not, that have something not of this earth. We will get back to this topic in a second, but can I just say one other thing while we're doing conspiracy theories?
No, I'm completely obsessed with this. Yeah.
Have you seen that guy who is allegedly posting videos from 2057 where he's stuck?
No. No.
So he posts videos on Instagram saying, "Help, I'm stuck in 2057. There's no one here." And he walks around the whole world and it's empty.
Oh, but that's AI.
No, it's not AI. He's been posting since before AI.
No.
Yeah.
Well, how's he uploading it? And where's he uploading it to? Instagram?
Exactly. There's flaws here. But you watch it and your stomach just turns. It's like, oh my God. It's horrendous.
And what is it? Is it sort of dystopian?
Dystopian. Every single other person in the world is gone. I should be clear.
Okay.
It's just him.
I read this book. It's quite a famous book, The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Yes, yeah.
Couldn't finish it. And got about halfway through and I DNF'd it. I was like, I'm there. I don't know.
What does DNF mean?
Did not finish.
Oh, right. I love it.
And it was just so bleak and grim. And it was this guy with his, I think Cormac McCarthy's like quite a bro lit kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he's the main character, the protagonist, is sort of wandering around a barren earth with his son, and like almost everyone else is dead, and they'll occasionally come across some sort of like half alive person who's really hungry, and there's been some mass extinction and everything's burnt and scorched earth vibes, and it was all very grim. Every single page was just like a new section of bleakness, and I just thought, I can't be bothered with this.
Okay, so not trying to create too much of a shoehorn to pull it back to the theme, but I'm having a lot of conversations like this at the moment, and I think that is because I think we're in quite a kind of world is ending feeling that we were not there in 2016. I feel
What year do you think the world will end?
I don't know, because do you know that saying, we don't know when World War III will be, but all we do know is that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, i.e. it'll be the end of everything.
Right. I haven't heard that.
I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of AI stuff, and you know, it's kind of scary.
Let's discuss that. Actually, I've been talking about AI with a lot of people as well. I think it's scary. I think I saw a friend of mine who works in the music industry was sharing this new artist, and she was doing selfie videos and talking about her new single, and then there's clips of it, and then there was a clip of the video, and the whole thing was AI. And you could not tell any difference. And I just thought, fuck, where does that leave? I don't think AI can replicate human emotions and real things quite like a human can yet. I personally don't want to, I absorb a lot of culture. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of music. I go to gigs. I go out. I'm sociable. I don't want AI to replace the things that I love that are human made and made with love and creativity. Because that's just not what I want to absorb. I just don't like it. I don't want to read a book that's written by AI. I don't want to see a film where there's no human actors. I'm in the business of human connection, and that's one thing that AI can't do. And I'm first and foremost a fan of human-made creative things, and AI just can't do it. Saying that, my YouTube algorithm, I watch YouTube to fall asleep to every night. Terrible habit, nice. I know, but my YouTube algorithm has been throwing me these sort of completely AI videos of sort of walking tours of London from like 1400, and you kind of like come across some old tavern owner who has a conversation with the camera, and and you walk around like Dickensian London and Paris in the 1700. It's amazing. It's completely amazing, but it's Fantasyland. It's essentially a cartoon, but It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think the that sounds incredible, and I think
Yeah.
the augmented stuff is interesting. I think that
I think because it's not
someone
passing
said,
off as real. That's I think
yeah,
I think that's what it is. When you see music and it's almost like the walls being pulled under your eyes, or someone's used AI to write a book or write a film. I think then if the wall's being pulled over your eyes, it's I'm not interested in it. But I think if exactly as you said, if it's augmented and you're kind of in on it and you want to see something that couldn't possibly be made by a human, then I'm kind of down. Maybe I'm working this out as I talk. Yeah.
No, it's well, someone said this thing that I found really useful, which was that AI will be like sort of battery farmed and real life stuff will be like organic, you know, like they will still coexist. But when there is, you know, like, for example, like, and sort of furthering that thought, like when, like you have to wait 3 years between every series of Stranger Things or whatever, like they will just, there will be a world where they're like, well, we'll just, it's done really well, we'll make another one to come on next week. And but people will know that it's AI, but then, you know, or but that will make it that kind of show, if you know what I mean. Or you'll have shows where they don't do that and they wait for the writers to do it, and you know, there'll be like two lanes of things. I kind of believe that.
I heard with books there going to be a sticker introduced on the cover of books that are like not aided by AI or something like that, I think.
Really?
Maybe someone just suggested that as an idea to the book world, but I heard a rumble about that.
Because I was listening to this artist called Sienna Rose. Have you heard of her?
That's the video that I saw this morning. Yeah, that's the thing that my friend was sharing. Yeah. I saw someone commented, when's the meet and greet? That'll prove it. Because she's an AI invention, right? Yeah.
But they've been sneaky about it. So they've done this weird thing where they've kind of pretended she's real or something. I don't know tons about it. They just need to label it and let us know, you know? Yeah. But what I was thinking was, so there's this whole thing with the music industry where if as soon as you become a singer, then what your record label often try and get you to do, I don't actually know if they do it so much anymore, but there was a whole 10-year period from 2016 where if you were a young singer, they try and get you to do like a collaboration with someone else from the label.
Yeah.
Or they would do things like they would always have, like in Little Mix songs, they would say get a rapper in the middle.
Yeah.
So that then you get the rapper's audience.
Yeah.
I know you know this. This isn't explained to listeners. But I bet I'm just waiting till the first AI song blows up and then that ends up in someone else's song. You know, they get that someone does the middle A, an AI does the middle A, or ... You know, you have to collab with an AI.
There's a great book called Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. Have you heard of it?
Yes. Yeah, I have, but
and that's,
I don't know what it's about.
It's about AI. It's about an artificial friend, an AF, which is it's sort of speculative. It's set maybe 30 years in the future, perhaps. And because we've all been glued to our phones for years and years and years, younger people have no social skills. So you can get your child a fake friend. It's a robot, basically, that passes off as a human being. And that robot will become your friend and teach you how to be. We're probably not that far. Yeah, we're not that far away, are we?
Definitely for old people, you know, like they'll put them and I think that's not, we need to look after our old people. I don't know.
100%. Yeah.
Well, this is all tied into what were you doing in 2016 that feels like another time? I would say, by the way, all of this discussion, like we were not thinking about the world changing so radically back then. No. Edwina said not worrying so much about what's happening in the world, for example. Balamite says drinking. Oh. So many people have stopped drinking. Do you find, because I know you are sober, do you find it's just a regular occurrence now? My husband is sober, for example, like just a regular occurrence that if you're out, it's not abnormal to not be drinking.
Oh, so many people don't drink, right? It's so, I mean, we're British, so traditionally, you know, load of piss heads, right? But nowadays people don't blink if you're not drinking. I think certainly in the circles that I'm in, most of my friends don't drink really. But then
Do
also,
people stay?
I'm DJing in a club. I'm looking out, and lots of people are off their face or drinking. So I think it's just not as frowned upon. And the stats are out there, aren't they? What percentage of people don't drink or drug anymore? But
Do you think that came with age stopping, or was it because of
no,
what
because I
you
was
were
young
doing
when I
to them?
stopped. For
Right.
me
How old were you
personally,
when you stopped then?
I was 25.
Right.
Yeah, it came out of
Well, that's
necessity.
young.
Yeah,
Mm,
definitely really young. But I started, had my first drink and drug really when I was 15 years old,
I
which I
remember
don't
this.
think is crazy young. It's obviously illegal, but when I was 15 years old, I was like, going out all the time and fake ID and kind of getting away with it, and so were all my friends. So,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get away with that these days. I don't think you can do that now. If I would not see anyone who's under 18 in the club these days, which is good.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago, I
remember you used to sneak out, didn't you?
did out the bathroom window, get the train to London.
was-
Yeah,
Yes.
literally
I
change
love that.
change your clothes, a little belly top in my backpack. What was I saying? So I started drinking at 15 years old. So not every day, obviously, but that's when I was sort of getting drunk. And so I really, so I feel like to then stop at 25, I had a good 10 years. Like
Yeah.
I really tried. I wasn't
Did
very
20 years
good.
and 10.
Yeah, exactly. It's about 50 years into. I was not great at drinking and taking drugs. Wasn't great at it. No, I really tried.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hard.
If you could send one, we asked you listeners, if you could send one message to your 2016 self, what would it say?
You didn't get that job you interviewed for, but in 10 years, you'll be the boss of that role.
Nah, good on you. What, Jodie, would you say to yourself from 2016 if you had to send a message?
Like the difference between 2006 and 2016, I'd have a lot to say. I think the last 10 years have just been the same.
Should I tell you what I'd say to mine?
What would
That
you
might
say to
spark yours.
Yeah.
So do you know what I would say? So in 2016, I'd been married a year. I had just stopped directing music videos,
Yeah.
and because I wanted to do like films and TV shows and drama and move away from that world. And that felt really scary because I didn't think I'd ever work again. But I also think that I was, without realizing it, I was trying to be an adult and I was trying to be sorted, and I'd like got a house and I'd done these things, and I know that I was putting this pressure on myself. Plus I thought that it would be right to do it, like we got a dog and all this stuff. And actually what I would say to myself then is like, there is no point that you arrive in adulthood and stop trying to get there.
Totally.
It's pointless.
And when you are there, you're just Googling things all the time and taking loads of Nurofen anyway. So
Totally.
that's all got
And your back hurts.
And your back literally your back hurts. I don't know.
As Edwina says, don't lift that heavy bag of soil.
Exactly.
That's her message.
It's I usually have such an aversion to nostalgia and looking back. So when I'm sort of forced to, I'm often kind of like, I mean, when I wrote the book, it was the first time that I really had to sit down and think about early days, and really had to process all of that stuff.
And you're like Madonna, you don't like doing retrospective.
Right, yeah. I always feel like it's not where you've come from, it's where you're going. I don't know if that sounds a little bit of a cliche thing.
Do you think? No, I get that. I totally get that. Do you think there's a relationship between queerness and nostalgia that's quite unique? Because people say that we work out who we are later. So sometimes, therefore we are yearning for something that we didn't have when other kids were allowed to fall in love with who they wanted, or all of that.
Yeah.
Plus, someone called it queer temporality, which is like we arrive at things later, which I actually love. I personally love that.
Yeah. And we
because
also
I
like
think
watching films from our youth and all that kind of stuff as well. Like there's that element of
Yeah.
nostalgia. I watch Clueless about twice a year because it reminds me of being really
I
young.
love that. Can we
Yeah.
do you know Club Cine?
Yeah, I want to go actually. They've been inviting me to go. Yeah.
Can we do a Clueless Club Cine?
Yeah.
Because I am obsessed with that film.
Yeah.
It would really, and why that? I mean, that was like a queer coded film, wasn't it?
Oh my God, it turned me queer.
Did it?
No, I don't know.
Do you know that theory about Sex and the City that is basically four gay men talking to each other, but just cast as women?
I mean, 100%. It's definitely that. When you rewatch Sex and the City now, it is so fucking wild. It's so of a different time, isn't it?
I haven't actually watched it, you know.
Ever?
I haven't. No, God, no. I've seen it all, but as in, like, I haven't rewatched it.
Yeah, it hasn't aged very well. Carrie Bradshaw, you know, remember when it first aired, everyone wanted to be Carrie. You're like, I'm Carrie.
Yeah.
She's fucking awful. She is
Why?
an awful friend, an awful girlfriend, an awful person.
Yeah.
She's like this egomaniac narcissist. It's a great character to watch. But, you know, I used to think, oh, God, I just want to be Carrie Bradshaw. But I think I just wanted her handbags, to be honest.
And great hair. Okay, so here's a deep one from the listeners. What part of yourself in 2016 were you most scared to show? Edward says a very interesting answer to that. I was showing more of myself then than I do now.
Does that mean physical body parts, though, maybe?
I think he means, Edward, you've got to write in. Let us know what you meant. hello@homosapienspodcast.com. But I think that, I think I kind of know what he means. Like, so when I don't know if you've been to America lately, but like, I was texting my friends when I went to America and I was like, do I need to clear gay stuff off my social media? Like, as in, do I just need to not download Instagram? Like, do I, when I went to Italy with my kids, you know, Italy have been doing wild things for gay parents.
Yeah.
I was like, is that going to be a problem? You know,
And was it?
No, it wasn't, because I think it's always way more nuanced than that. But it does feel like 2016, the US had just legalized gay marriage. As had the UK.
Everything was looking so bloody good, wasn't it, everywhere? Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a whole different world out there. Yeah.
There was freedom, and it felt like it was just going to build and build and build. And I do feel like I police myself more, or I think ahead more in that.
I do as well.
Do you?
Yeah, and especially walking around presenting like this, you know, sometimes I definitely think, oh, would it be safe to walk into this area? Or can I go here? Or as you're saying, travel, even out of drag and stuff, you do second guess, you know, oh, I've got to connect, you know, I'm going to a show in so and so place. Oh, I have to connect in Doha. Oh, that's a problem for me because for obvious reasons and because of my personal beliefs, you know. Oh, how do I act in that airport? You know, I really, absolutely.
Yeah, because we connected in Doha, and it was me and my husband and our daughter, and you know, this is imagination stuff, but I was like, what if they just said what's going on here or something? I don't know. It's like, you know,
you get that paranoia. It's that queer paranoia.
Yeah, because we've hit a time. Yeah, and we've hit a time of pushback, haven't we? Because it was the tide was going one way, and now the tide is coming back. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot to think about in terms of, you know. Ron says he was hiding his belly. Vish was hiding his true self. Well, Vish is a listener who has gone through a whole process of coming out on the show, which has been amazing. Jodie, is there anything you've been putting off since 2016 that you haven't done?
No, I'm kind of a doer.
I love that.
Yeah, I just kind of do it. I try to do it all.
You do. I mean, she's a busy gal.
Yeah, I do eat that frog. Do you know about eat that frog?
No, tell me.
So it's when you do all the things that you have to do but don't particularly want to do first thing in the morning. So when I wake up, say Do you write a to-do list, a daily kind of
Yes.
to-do or things you want to, you know? I write my list the night before and leave it on my desk, and then I will wake up and I'll look at it, and the stuff that's like the really annoying shitty stuff, like, oh, that's that really long email that I have to get back to, or oh, I have to sort all this work stuff, whatever, the rubbish stuff, the horrible stuff, that's you've got to do it first. And that's called eat that frog, because you don't want to eat a frog, I think, is the thinking behind it. And then the rest of the day is like stuff that's much easier and more pleasant to do, unless you get thrown other stuff.
So my creative time is 7 a.m. till 10 a.m.
Yeah,
I could write you
early too. Yeah,
I could write you anything. I could do it all. So then I want to eat my frog at like 10 once that bit of my brain's gone, because after that I can't do anything.
Yeah, I absorb my culture before I start my work. And I get up really, really early at the moment. I'm a bit jet lagged at the moment. So I got back a few days ago and I've been getting up like 4 or 5 a.m., which is very abnormal for me.
Nice.
I'm a night owl. But I've been automatically waking up, and I've been like reading, checking out what's going on. You know, I haven't really listened to much music, so I've been traveling. So it's sort of like catching up on what's coming out and what's happening. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that sort of pre-daylight time to I think I feel like I read faster in the morning, and I'm a bit more interested in absorbing.
I read
stuff.
faster. Well, there's no noise as well, and
no messages coming through.
I'm actually going to get rid of WhatsApp. Not get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it off my phone.
I think it's a really smart idea. I am, like everyone, addicted to my phone, addicted to apps, addicted to refreshing Instagram. If I let myself, I can refresh Instagram every couple of minutes, just like everyone else. These things are designed to be addictive, right? So to get rid of them, some of my friends were sort of just, you know, if I DM them on Instagram, they'll message me back like 3 days later saying, hi, just having my sort of bi-weekly check-in, just re-uploaded Instagram back onto my phone. I just think, God, you don't have FOMO with things, and they're probably a lot happier.
They are, but I also think it brings so much positivity as well. Like you know, if you're interested in culture and what's going on in the world, like I started getting this digest of what's happened every week, and I read it and I was like, I know all this, like you know, like, and I do absorb it basically through a few websites and Instagram, and
and it's also
really
instant.
like it.
Yeah, everything's so instant now. I do think it's really. And I'm completely part of the problem. I use TikTok, I use Instagram, I WhatsApp with people all day, every day. So, but I do think it's probably a bit damaging to the old
brain. But you're reading, aren't you? You read lots.
Love. Yeah, absolutely love.
So that's my barometer, really, because it's really fucked my reading brain.
Oh, really? Yeah. Really. Yeah. I like an audiobook as well, but I've always read since I was a kid. I love.
But you like a little detox as well, don't you? A little social media detox. Would I be right in saying
Sometimes, yeah. I was pretty good on that when I was away on holiday over.
Were you clucking?
Helps being on a different time zone, but yeah. You kind of want to know what's going on, and you want that little dopamine hit of, you know, a message coming through, or it's addictive.
Well, the thing is, I'm never sure. I can't even put my finger on what it is I want to know. That's the thing. It's
fucking nothing. Nothing's that urgent. I mean, obviously sometimes there are urgent things.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got by really well with home phones and what, you know,
but
back in the day.
Do you follow Explaining the Universe?
No, do I need to? Sounds like something I'm going to get addicted to.
I love it. It's so good. It's like they've got about 5 different accounts. But
really? Oh, yeah.
Crazy shit, and it's so fun.
Okay, I'm right.
But I am also like, I've been on here 3 hours. I think that's how I found that guy who's stuck in 2057.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I want to know about this guy who's stuck in 2057. Do you think he is, or do you think is it a?
Well, people say that he. I think people say that he just filmed this stuff in COVID, but like that would be quite smart, and also to still be posting it all these years later.
So smart. It's like 28 years later, 28 days later. That's so smart. And he's now uploading it. Clever.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one level of insanity. Obviously, it's not as insane as the idea that he has Instagram that posts to now. But
yeah, let's be realistic. He's not living in 2057. Like, he's not. Surely.
I suppose, no. I mean, I suppose what I'm feeling is, I'm feeling two things. not to end on a high, on a low, but like I'm feeling like everything is changing.
Yeah.
You know, like we're recording this episode. It's going to go out. It's going to go out next Thursday, so it's close to when it's going out, right?
Yeah.
Because the 2016 thing will be old news otherwise. But it, you know, Donald Trump just wrote this letter to people saying, "You didn't give me the Nobel Peace Prize, so I'm not interested in peace anymore. So I want Greenland." And I might not, you know, this is crazy stuff is going on in the world. Plus listening to podcasts about AI, there's so much shifting that I sort of could believe anything is what I'm thinking. And if I had nostalgia or if I could bring one thing back from 2016, it would be like those calmer times. That said, I do think we have to remain calm because I think every generation has had its bogeyman. And, you know, there was the nuclear bomb, there was the Vietnam War, you know, I'm slightly plucking things out of the air, but apparently I read this piece about how there always has to be some big bad of every generation. AI is currently it. Right. And we're not going to do ourselves any service by just sitting there. I'm not going to help myself by sitting there panicking.
Got to get out there, be nice to people, make art, have a good time while we're here. Great. Spread positivity.
Exactly. Jodie, we've got to end. Sorry. I have loved chatting to you. And I know that we do community notice boards. So I'm just wondering if you've got a queer owned business or thing or creative thing that you're excited about.
I actually do. I have a book that I have just finished reading. And it's called He's the Devil. And it's coming out soon. I believe it's coming out mid-Feb. It's by an author called Toby Coventry. And the cover is amazing. Did you say you have you got it?
I got,
you got an advanced copy as well.
Yeah, I love the cover. It's kind of like
horror book.
Kenneth Anger, 70s, gritty.
It's a bit Stephen King kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. Point horror.
B-movie.
Yeah.
Point horror.
Do you remember Point Horror?
God,
and do you remember
horror.
And do you remember Goosebumps?
Yes.
I was obsessed. Point Horror and Goosebumps. I had every single one, like lined up, and all the obviously all the spines matched. But I had to have them all.
I have not thought about Point Horror since I read it, and
that's why I'm here to talk about nostalgia.
Yes,
that's Point Horror.
Well, actually, it's very...
I Google imaged them recently, actually, because that's around the time of Goosebumps. I think Goosebumps were for a younger reader, and then Point Horror was for sort of a slightly older reader, wasn't it? It was a bit more horrific. And that's, I think, what really got me into reading, because I read every single one, and they'd come out with in quite quick succession. Sort of, you'd get a new Point Horror every month or something. And I think I used to like nick them from a local bookshop and stuff. Yeah.
Do you know, my heart is beating faster now I'm thinking about it, because I used to get so scared up in my bedroom reading them. I'd be like, I'm addicted. Yeah, I was
absolutely
terrified.
Yeah. And do you remember Erie, Indiana, the TV show?
Yes, I do.
That was really good. I found those recently. I think they're online somewhere, and I watched a few of those. I was like, oh, my youth. So maybe I'm a bit nostalgic. I'm a bit nostalgic.
You must be with music, because music is nostalgia.
Yeah, of course. You can put a tune on and be transported. Such a cliche.
Do you
but
think
it's so true.
2016 is far enough away to have nostalgia for a tune? I feel like it's
no. I find it really recent, and that's the scary thing. That's what we were saying
it's all kind of morphed as well.
Yeah, everything's morphed. Yeah, and we had a pandemic in the middle. The pandemic was kind of halfway between.
Yes.
Those two, this year and that year. So let me tell you about this book. So it is about a queer guy called Simon, who's like a good boy, like a people pleaser, and his flatmate moves out, and this new flatmate called Massimo moves in, who's this like big, sexy, muscly kind of guy who is very strange. And lots of strange things start happening in the house when this guy moves in. And it's like, it's very funny, and it's very sexy, and it's a bit scary, and it's a bit Stephen King. And he's a great writer. And I read it, and I think it's relatable to anyone who's ever had a flatmate, relatable to anyone who's ever had a wicked transformation. which is most of us. Transformation is a big theme of the book, but I think it's going to be a really big book, and I absolutely loved it, and it's out really soon.
Oh, wicked.
That's mine.
I'm going to talk about Chosen Family by Madeline Gray, another book that's sitting on my table. So this book, it's been sent to me.
Isn't it nice being sent books? Isn't it just like the loveliest thing?
Oh, it's the dreamiest thing.
It's so nice, isn't it?
I'm only recommending it because everyone is so excited about Madeline Gray's next book, and I haven't read it yet. But she wrote a book called Green Dot, right? Have you read that?
I haven't, no.
So that's my recommendation. Everyone is really excited. And actually, it's so funny. I posted a photo of my stack of books on my coffee table. And so many people wrote to me going, how do you have her new book? How do you have Madeline Gray's new book? Because, so yeah, there's a lot of people waiting for it. So I'm excited to dive
I love
into
that. It's so nice to be sent books and sent music early and all these sorts of things. Because when I was younger, I lived in the library. I used to like nick point horror books from the local bookshop, when I was, long time ago when I was a child. And I used to covet them so much. So it's so nice to now be kind of like, we'd love you to read this early. It's such a privilege to read people's work early. And, I get sent music as well to play it out and DJ and test out for people. It's just such a privilege to be kind of allowed a sneak peek and early access to people's art, I think.
Yeah,
so lucky.
Totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when are we going to get something new from you music-wise, Jodie?
In a few weeks' time.
Are waiting.
Mid-February got a new song. Yeah.
Oh, but you haven't trailed that at all, have you?
Not at all. No. So
but
it's coming out.
People don't do that anymore, right?
I was talking to my manager about this. Like, when do we post the actual, the graphic, and I had that whole kind of like. I think with an album it's different, but for singles I think it's much closer to the bone now. I think it's you got to be, when it's like this, my song's out in 12 weeks, pre-save now. It's like the world could have ended in 12 weeks time, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I will trail it a few days before, so.
Okay.
You heard it here first, but yeah.
Oh, wicked. Well, everyone get ready. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
You are my play on the loop artist.
Oh, thank you.
Your songs I just put on repeat and I'm like, let's go.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, loads of music this year. Loads.
Oh, wicked. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, Jodie, thank you for journeying back to 2016 with us.
So fun.
That was really lovely, and I hope you're going to come back.
Love to.
I can't remember if we're doing more than one. I don't remember now, but it's been just a total delight.
It's been a pleasure, as always. Thank you for having me.
Not at all.
See you on the dance floor soon.
See you on the dance floor, everyone. Hello at homosapienspodcast.com. Write in, tell us your nostalgic memories from 2016. Let's keep the conversation going. Remember to follow us on YouTube at Homo Sapiens Pod. 31st of January, everybody, is the Homo Sapiens Dog Walk. Saturday, 31st of January, at 1 p.m. Meet in Regent's Park. It's on, go to the Instagram, you'll see the exact location, Regent's Park Bar and Kitchen or something. We're doing a big dog walk, Jodie.
It sounds amazing. I actually don't have a dog anymore. I wish I did. I would love a dog.
Well, come along if you can, because people are coming without their dogs.
That sounds so lovely.
Various co-hosts are coming and it'll be really lovely.
Oh, so, nice.
Cool. All right, listeners, thank you very much for listening. Send you all loads of love.
Mwah.